Hit the music, Daniel. Hit the music. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation. Well, wasn't the victory that we were looking for. Wasn't the game we were looking for. We were looking for a victory. 115 to 112. Knicks lose to the Grizzlies in the season opener in a nail biter in overtime, man. CP the franchise. Alex Rotaro, Stratocast, JD Sports Talk. We are live from the 4040 Club here in New York City. And fellas, man, what's this place not rocking? Hive had it rocking. Hive had it rocking, man, but it was all for naught, man. Heartbreaking loss. Absolute heartbreaking loss, man. I just felt like, it's such a Knicks story for this kid to have such a lackluster preseason and then come in with the night that he had. Damn near putting the team on his back. I thought Cam with that second unit was his opportunity, and he showed it tonight. He was aggressive. Every score, he was mean-mugging on every score. Like, yo, these guys can't check me. And then to hit the three-pointer that he did to put this thing into overtime, the place was rocking. I think one of the biggest mistakes that was made in this game is that they didn't go to him in overtime.
Yeah.
RJ and Brunson were playing hero ball, and RJ did not have it tonight. And I felt like he kept trying to force the issue a little bit too much. Cam was the guy that we needed. I'm always a believer in go to the hot hand. Yep. Tonight was Cam's night. It was Julius's night. You got to go to him down the stretch, man, because Cam was in a groove, man. Give me your thoughts on this game.
It really comes back to what you said. I agree with everything that you said, CP. I mean, look, Cam Reddish tonight, he ended the game with 22 points, 3 steals, 5 rebounds. All right, 3 for 6 from three-point line, 9 for 15 from the field. He was being walked off way too much at the end of the game, man. Honestly, and there were times throughout the parts of the game where, whether it was Quickly or anybody else, was just looking off Cam Reddish, but yet time and time again, this guy would make a shot after shot after shot, and you just think, hey, even the last shot that went to Fournier, I'm like, wow, I get Fournier is a good three-point shooter, but legitimately, the kid who had it going,
yeah,
you saw how he was just taking it to the rack. No one could stop him. All right, even some of the spin moves that he had, just going to attack the lane. I just keep going to him.
Yeah.
RJ, disappointing night. I thought he'd have a stronger showing.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is not the whole slow start. First game. Hopefully it's not that slow start where they're accustomed to from him. But tonight was not the night for RJ. I agree. He forced it. Not the way. But then Julius Randle for such a good game from Randle, man. Such a good game. But the foul at the end,
Boneheaded plays.
It's just, it's not it sucks that we lost this game.
Yeah.
It was a good showing from the Knicks because you're going against a top team in the Western Conference. But it just comes down to execution, composure.
Yeah.
That's what we need from this team when it gets late. And you had it from guys from like Brunson, right? Even though Brunson had some hero ball moments, he was still knocking down shots. Man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Still knocking down shots.
Missed the big three in overtime.
Yeah.
Missed the big three.
But he had the mid-range, man.
Yeah, mid-range was popping. Mid-range was popping. Drew a big charge on John Moran in crunch time as well.
Yep.
It just wasn't meant to be, man. What were your thoughts on the game?
Man, tight, man.
Tight.
Because of Cam's performance, how sweet that would have been.
Oh, man.
And we would have been able to pull off the win.
Yeah.
But, I guess, on the positive end, you look at Cam and you look at his performance. He, in addition to the points, he had 3 steals and a block. So you like that activity on the defensive end. And I think with Cam, you saw some of the things that scouts and people that, are high on him, they rave about. You saw the Euro step. You saw him attack the basket. You saw the jump shooting. You saw the ball handling. You saw, the 3-level scoring potential that he has.
Yeah.
And we even saw some toughness and some personality with him as he was engaged in the game. So, this is the tease that he shows. He has that preseason and he comes in first game and we talk about it in the pregame.
Knick, bro. This is why he's a Knick, man. He's a perfect fit for this team, man. The erratic nature That's why Cam is a good Knick, man.
And some of those type of players, that's what we said in the pregame, maybe he's that type of player where, sometimes you have players where everything is on the line and it's for real. Guys with motor issues, they tend to step up a little bit more.
Yeah.
He knew tonight he had the opportunity with Grimes' injury, and he responded to that. But I would say this, CP, as the Knicks is only game one. However, this team has playoff expectations. And you have to be careful with making some of the same mistakes that you had last season.
Yeah.
From execution, turnovers in critical spots.
Yeah.
And even a player like RJ, I understand it's his first game, and I get all that. But some of the things he did tonight, I'm hoping doesn't become a habit. You're in year 4 now. You have to understand when to tail it back a little bit, just a little bit, a few possessions. And maybe it looked like tonight, because he was struggling, he felt that continuing to be aggressive was the answer.
Right.
When as he was doing that, he was forcing himself into just bad shots. Tight situations. So that's something that I want him to improve on.
Yeah.
Where you got a guy like Cam going. You got a guy like Randall going. So you have 2 options that are on fire.
Yeah.
You could become a playmaker.
Yeah.
And use your skill set to get some other guys.
Decoy.
Some and we saw that when Fournier came in. He was used as a decoy, which led to the Cam shot. Those situations, you have to integrate yourself to make other players around you better.
Absolutely.
And I hope that that's something that he learns from. And, in the home opener against the Pistons, he has a better game because, I don't know if this was worst shooting performance of his career.
Yeah, so it wasn't a good
there.
Yeah, it wasn't a good one. It was almost to the point that when I saw Cam get that drive and dunk and fast break, and that was at the 1 minute 55-second mark, it was almost like a frustration dunk. Like, damn, come back to me. Because they hadn't gone to Cam at all at that point. That was 1:55 left in overtime, and Cam Reddish is still sitting there like, what's going on? I just tied this thing up. Yeah, froze me out the game.
Now, I understand why he keeps going like this, man. He's like, just give me the damn ball.
Yeah.
Especially when you got it going like this. But to touch on your RJ point, JD, it's interesting because usually in the past we see RJ get into a good floor game where he doesn't have it going offensively, right? He'll sometimes pick up his defense. He played defense pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
But it's like he goes to the playmaking. He continues with the rebounding. And tonight, it just felt like he went away from that direction. I mean, he had 8 rebounds tonight. He had his 3 assists. But I felt like he could have done more tonight in that aspect. But Isaiah Hartenstein, man, if you have Mitchell Robinson, that's another guy we got to talk about.
Yeah.
Because Mitch, foul trouble. We had this conversation earlier. We had it last week. We've had it all these weeks where it's like, we could have Mitch get a quick 2 on Hartenstein and maybe Sims comes in. But tonight, to see Hartenstein give us that offensive power from the 5 that we've been looking for so many seasons, man. The difficulty was his defense. You saw that he was getting cooked on defense. Shaw would be coming in. He would be reaching.
Yeah.
He'd be caught out of position.
Got caught a couple times that way.
Yeah, man. Duking with Steven Adams. It was a tough matchup for him, but it's tough because I get the idea. I get the idea that maybe you want Simpson there, right? Maybe you could have gone to him because you could have broken that glass for this type of emergency.
Yeah.
Mitch is just not having it tonight. But I feel like it was a tough call for Tom Thibodeau because you're starting to see that offense that we had. And Hartenstein, to his credit, also kept us in the game.
Yeah.
Like that was it was I'm happy that he's on this team. I know this is a tough matchup. Hopefully clean up some of those defensive issues because we saw that during preseason.
Yeah, big time. I thought the battle of the boards was going to be a telltale sign for this game in terms of who won. And the Grizzlies won that tonight, man, 64-54 on the battle of the boards. And the one thing was that their offensive rebounds can be daggers. They can be backbreakers, when they get those opportunities. And it's Steven Adams. Salty Aldama hurt him. Brandon Clark had his moments. I mean, Tillman had his moments early in the game. They just get after it on the boards. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined with your shots. You have to take care of the ball, and then you got to hustle on the boards, man. The Grizzlies just really killed us, and it was a second chance after second chance that really hurt us in overtime especially, man.
Yeah. second chance points, man. It just came down to it. I was expecting a little bit more out of Obi Toppin tonight.
Yeah. No Obi when Julius fouled out.
Yeah, they went Evan Fournier. I get it. They wanted more shooting, and to be quite honest, as much as I love Obi and I know that he can offer so much on this team, he didn't have it going tonight.
No.
He was missing some easy bunnies. You know, like defensively, he was okay. Only 3 rebounds to end the night.
Right.
I would like to see him more active on the glass. This is the type of stuff that I'm saying. You know, he's ready to leak out, but I want him more active on the glass. Right. These are the critical.
Let me ask you, CP.
Yeah.
We said pregame, 20 minutes or under.
Yeah.
He had 13. Do you have an issue with that?
I said what I did, but see, in this game, he didn't have it. And in this game, I told you Julius was going to get activated.
He did.
And I said about 28, 8 and 6, something like that. He finished with Julius
28, 11, and 6.
Julius. That's what I said in pregame.
24, 11, and 6.
24,
What he
11, and
finished.
6. Right. And I said,
And you said 28.
I think 8 and 6.
8 and 6.
So I figured Julius Randle was going to get activated in this game. And so when the Knicks took that timeout at the 7-minute mark to sub out the bench, I already knew Obi was done for the night. Julius was coming back in. And I knew Cam was going to finish that game because we needed that defense. He was the hot hand. He had it going. Tonight was a night, yes, Obi got less than 20, but it was a night that we needed Julius, his playmaking, his shot creation, not necessarily playmaking, but his shot creation. He was a bull in that second half, but he had some boneheaded plays down the stretch too, man. Listen, Julius had some boneheaded. Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, the loose ball foul. It was tough, man. It was tough.
You know, when we talk about execution, he had a great game, but he didn't end on a great note.
Didn't end on a great note.
So you kind of leave with those last possessions, but listen, now that the game's over, you kind of cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
You see how RJ performed. You know, it's tough that Julia had those possessions, but he played overall very well.
Yeah.
And also, not only in the numbers, it's the way he got those numbers.
Yeah.
You know, he got a lot of points in the paint. A lot of it was within rhythm. He was getting better as the game was going on. He was engaged. He was hustling.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, that he's going to give you similar numbers no matter what. But it's how he's going to get those numbers, what type of impact he's going to have, and is it going to be within the flow of the system of the offense. So that's a positive for me. But Obi, I was disappointed.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a good night for Obi or Quick. We talk about the battle of the benches.
Say the benches weren't really doing anything, man. Even Derrick Rose tonight, he was
It was Cam and Hartenstein. Man.
That was it.
Cam and Hartenstein stepped up in a big way. But the thing is, like you said with Hartenstein, it's a trade-off. Because you take his offense, but then you lose out a little bit on rim protection and on rebounds. And that John Morant last scoop layup right there, I thought, you know, if Mitch is in the game, Mitch is selling out for that block.
Oh, 100%.
But Hartenstein, he's caught in between. He's like, okay, do I got to rim protect or do I got to stay on Steven Adams, who could have an easy offensive rebound and put back if John Morant misses? So it kind of caught Hartenstein in the mix. But, I mean, give credit to Ja. It is John Morant at the end of the day. It was a great play off the screen, scoop layup. It was an easy one for him.
But CP, we talk about, you know, as you look at, you know, players and, you know, Mitch is in foul trouble, that you can't have that. Obi has a bad game. You can't have that.
No.
Quickly has a bad game. You can't have that. Then you look at that Memphis team. They have a guy that can overcome Desmond Bain going to the locker room.
Right.
No Jaren Jackson.
Right.
You know, no Dylan Brooks, et cetera, et cetera. We don't have that guy yet.
Not yet.
And because you don't, this is a team that you're going to need every single player in that rotation be a contributing factor, because even as Cam performed the way he did, even him hitting that shot, we still needed more. And so that's why this team, they have to play well together. And, you know, hopefully on Friday, Mitch can bounce back and Obi and Quickly can bounce back. Quickly, listen, you had a bad night. You can't go 0 first. You can't. You just can't, because his role is to make shots.
Right.
You know, you can have an off night, a mediocre night. You can't have a night like tonight
Yeah.
and expect us to be, to be able to win games. You're going to make it
Wasn't
more
good.
difficult on everyone else.
Wasn't a good night for Quick.
You just saw it for Quickly tonight that he was going east and west. He wasn't really attacking the lane that he should have. I didn't even really see that many floaters from him.
Yeah.
To really try to get activated tonight. It was
Yeah.
a very strange game for Quickly.
That Grizzlies defense is nice too, man.
It's
Let's
nice.
give
We
them
got-
credit.
hey-
Even without some of their top dogs, they
Hey,
played well.
And we thought Aldama was going to be food, but tonight, man,
Yeah.
7 for 14, 3 from 8 from the field, had 18 points. Solid.
Right.
Grizzlies were activated.
They
Man.
were
They
deep.
didn't want to lose on their home court. Kudos to them. They had good defense. Job played and did what a superstar is supposed to do. But hey, overall, I know no one wants to hear moral victories. It's only game 1 of the regular season. Knicks battled. We went into overtime. You could take the takeaway you could say is that we have a point guard. All right. Look, I like that bounce pass that Brunson had to Hartenstein in crunch time.
Nice.
You see that he's looking for guys. The pass that he had to Cam Reddish to knock down that 3.
Yeah.
We have someone that can organize the offense. I'm going to take that as like steps forward, not to be completely, down in the dumps after this game.
Yeah.
But
One game.
it's one game.
One game.
It's one game. We played this team that went to the second round of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Playoffs. So, I'll pump my brakes right now, but got to have a bounce back game.
It's one game. It certainly didn't feel like it the way we were acting up.
I know.
That's what I was saying, man.
I don't know,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, 40-40 Club in New York. This was playoff atmosphere. We're talking about defense chants, OB chants, let's go Knicks chants. It was turned up in here when Cam Reddish blew the roof off the building,
man.
off of that three-pointer in overtime, man. To take it into overtime, man. It was crazy in there.
They're still trying to fix the seats from everyone that just,
Yo.
when he hit that game,
It was
game
rocking.
3. Oh my God.
It was rocking. That's why it's a hangover right now, even on the first game of the season. But nevertheless, salute to everybody in the chat once again, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We want to shout out everybody that's watching on BetMGM Twitter and obviously on KnicksFanTV YouTube, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
Got over 2,500 in the chat.
2,500 in the chat, man. Let's go live and direct, man. Let us know what you guys think about the set. It was a disappointing loss, but it was a big win tonight for Knicks Fan TV. Trust and believe. We definitely appreciate everybody for coming out. Daniel, let's go to the Discord. Unmute Sam on the live show. Let's get Sam in here. Let's get our guy Sam in here on the phone. Sam, how you feeling, man? We got Sam on the.
Hello?
Yep, Sam, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? It's a tough loss, first game, but there's some optimism that you could look at, and that's what I'm here for today. I'm not gonna get into nitty and gritty. You guys got a huge lineup of callers that are probably gonna get into it. It's gonna make some very disappointing calls, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We were down by 19 and we were able to fight back into it, and I think that's something that's you got to really look into. That team was down 19, and we didn't really see that many adjustments. It eventually got into overtime. We fought back into it. We fought back into it with a team that finished second in the Western Conference last year. Yeah. Okay? And that's something you got to take away. Cam Reddish went off after that dismissal preseason. We won't worry about that. But he's went off today, and that's what matters. We got players that are getting into it, but we got to pick up into it. We got to bounce back and really show our statement on Friday. So that's what I got.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, man, appreciate the call, Sam. I expected it to be a tale of two halves. The Knicks had a lackluster first half, despite the shooting struggles. I expected them to make it a more valiant effort in the second half, especially Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson had his spots. Mitch being in and out of foul trouble, really battling with Steven Adams and his theatrics. I thought that really took a lot out of our sails as well. Even though Hartenstein added his own element, Mitch just not able to make a consistent effort, especially on the boards. I felt like that hurt us a little bit. So, nevertheless, as Sam said, they were down by 19 and made a valiant effort to come back and went ahead and put this thing in an overtime.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the turning point in the second quarter was we had 2 back-to-back buckets for the Knicks, but then Evan Fournier's miscue on defense, man. I felt like if he had some solid defense, it would have given the Knicks even more confidence, and we could have had a closer game before going into the half. Now you put more pressure on the Knicks to really having to cut the Memphis Grizzlies lead in the second half.
A lot more energy, a lot more effort.
So if they had just played a little bit better defense, hit some of their shots. Yes, I get some of the shots, but it seemed like they were on. It was like about 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. If we had Evan just play defense, not have like the miscues where you get easy transition buckets, who knows? I feel like the Knicks would have had a little bit more confidence going into the second half and had some more energy and still could have had a better chance than victory.
Yeah, no question about it. I thought those were good points. Ladies and gentlemen at home, we're having some issues with the switchboard, so the calls for tonight will be taken via Discord. So, Daniel, let's go ahead and unmute Chuck D. Let's get the rhyme animal Chuck D in here, get his thoughts on opening night. Chuck, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Oh,
What's up, Chuck?
what's up? I'm trying to.
We hear you.
Yo, you got me? You got me?
Yeah, live and direct, baby.
I'm so sorry. Hey, listen, man. I had a ball, man. Because when we were down 19, man, I was like, okay, there's just parts that just don't fit. There's parts that don't fit. But watching Brunson just in the second half, looking at that energy, I hate to say it, man. Yo, Cam totally made up my mind is that Evan Fournier is just not going to fit, man. The speed is just
Can't play
the
defense.
pace and the energy is just somewhat. I like him, but that's last year's Knicks team. But this year's team and seeing Cam, seeing Brunson, seeing the possibilities, man, was very exciting. Very exciting game one, just like last year with Boston, but that was another team. This was something. I can only imagine what the 40-40 club was like.
Chuck, it was rocking in here, man. Rocking in here.
It had to be, man. As a matter of fact, I was in the pit, in the marsh, and I was like, I was asking, who's at the 40-40? Because I know it's got to be bonkers.
It was
right now.
cool.
That alone right there, man, was like, it was a joy. And we could have had it a couple times, like a couple of shots. But, Brunson is hitting those shots, later on in the season.
Yeah.
We had some clunkers, but I see something forming here that's very, very exciting. I don't know how it's going to mess up the wrong combinations, keeping some players that don't fit, possibly, but there was something there. And it's there. And I'm not even, I'm not dragging on long. Yeah, it's Memphis. They had missing players, but like Brevin Knight said the other day, most of those players all are the same player. They're substance players, 4-year players. They're the next man up team. They're the Taylor Jenkins. But we got something with a lineup, man, that's very exciting, and it's gonna be exciting to watch. Last one, Julius Brunson comes down, right? He breaks down the middle. He passes to Julius. That shot was to be shot, not to dribble and to go on an ISO one-on-one towards the hoop.
Yeah.
That's those small little areas. When we fix it, and as far as RJ's concerned, I've never seen him play a worse game, so it's only got to be uphill from here. Because, I mean, come on, man. It was one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I think it was nerves, jitters, and he's going to be all right. But I don't think a lot of the old movements of the old players are really, I mean, I like Fournier, but, man, he's just not going. I mean, Cam Grimes got to happen, man. I'm out.
Cam Grimes. Hey, like you said,
Grimes was missed tonight for sure.
Grimes was missed.
Yes.
Grimes was definitely missed.
You saw that.
And you saw Fournier really try to improve his defense in the second half because he knew. He's like, oh, shit, I'm the weak link right here in the first. Tim's just giving me a shot right now. Cam is breathing down my neck. Grimes is getting his foot, back in order. I better get it together.
And honestly, it wasn't that great, to be honest with you, in the second half defensively either. But to Chuck D's point, we were talking about it. Grimes, Reddish, those are the wings that we got, man.
Yeah.
And I want to roll with them. You know what Grimes gives you a 3 and D. Cam tonight, man. JD, tantalizing, man. Tantalizing.
Cam Hive, stand up.
Let's
the Cam
go.
Hive in 4040 was ready to blow the roof off the building, man. It was crazy in here. And I told JD he's a resident. He's a president of Cam Hive fan club.
Oh, 100%.
He doesn't want to claim it, but to show you how real it is, we had people in 4040 coming up to JD every time Cam did something.
That's
JD, I told you he got it in him. It was that serious, man. But look, it was good to see, and it was good to see Cam really wearing that emotion on his sleeve.
100%.
Every shot he hit, even the first shot, he's mean mugging after every play. Like, yo, listen, these guys can't check me. Come back to me right now. And then he would do something else spectacular, finish in the lane, and then 3-pointer to put it into overtime. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Give this kid more opportunities, man. He's earned it tonight. We were pretty tough on him, man, through this whole preseason.
Yeah.
Even last night, 2 nights ago when we
Yeah.
were talking about it. If you play like this, Cam, wow, my goodness, man. Do we have a gem?
Now
We have a gem.
what he's going to have to do now, though, is because of the questions that he has to answer as a player that has to develop consistency. He can't look at tonight's game, go home and say, "You see, this is why
Yeah, no,
I'm that good."
Right.
Like, no, this is one game. We have to build on this, and we have to develop consistency. Friday against the Pistons, you have to have another good game.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has to remain hungry. You have to remain hungry, and you have to continue to battle so that you can actually develop the consistency that you need.
Yeah.
Because if these type of players, sometimes you get a performance like this, and then it's like you kind of fall back a little bit. You keep that killer instinct there. But man, I love the way he responded,
Loved
man,
it.
because
Loved it.
you don't know how longer Quentin Grimes may be out.
Yeah.
So like we talk about his opportunities
Yeah.
were literally closing down. And if Grimes would have played tonight, who even knows if we even see this from Cam?
Big time.
Right?
Big
Because
he wouldn't have got the minutes. He wouldn't have got the minutes if Grimes was back.
So he might have saved his Knicks career tonight.
And,
Hey,
and
could have.
that's- and we were joking about that, right? We're like, he's gotten so many opportunities. When are you going to capitalize?
Yeah.
And he did.
He did tonight.
You got to get.
He did tonight. Give him credit, man. Let's go to Hassib is King on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Hassib is King. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, what up, CP? You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing good, man. It was a good opening night. Just a very, tough loss. We had a chance to win in overtime, or at least take the lead. 2 open 3-pointers from Brunson just didn't fall in.
Yeah.
But I like the fight from the team. I like the hustle, especially from Cam Reddish, man. Cam definitely rebounded from that horrific preseason because I called a few days ago, man. I was ready to trade him, so I'm not going to trade him no more. And I just like that he had a lot of emotion in his game, man. He was really hyped after hitting some of the threes, and then the dunk, man, was crazy, bro. Like such a game changer, definitely in this game. And can't wait to see how much more Cam capitalizes off this opportunity. Looking forward to him on Friday and see what he does from there. And then on RJ's end, very disappointing game from RJ. I was expecting more from him.
Yeah.
But I did like that he was still being aggressive, even though he did rush some of his takes to the basket. But he does have a slow start, so hopefully he bounces back.
Yeah.
And oh my God, CP, I'm glad you went in with this because there are some awful takes about RJ tonight. They're ready to trade him after one game, bro.
Ah, man, the
And
first
tension,
game
man.
of the year, man. Come on, we got to relax with it, man. He played fast. He was rushing on everything, man. Just one game. It's one game. We do this with RJ all the time. Allow him to get into a groove. Tonight was a tough night. Listen, this is a good Grizzlies team. This is a good defense. Allow him to settle in. He didn't have it tonight. Friday night will probably be something different, man. So we got to pump the brakes on RJ, but appreciate the call. Hassib is King. Definitely appreciate the call. Skill CS on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Skill CS.
What's up, CP? You hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's good, bro?
Hey, what's up, fellas? JD, Alex. Yeah, so just I'm not all over the place. I kind of bullet pointed it.
Mhm.
So really, RJ had a bad game, but I don't expect him to be bad every single game. You know what I mean? What else I got here? Julius. Oh my God, what a great game from him for first season opener. Oh my God, I love that. He was playing well. And the biggest one I got for y'all, fourth quarter Cam.
All right.
Fourth quarter Cam.
Okay.
He should have got that last shot, not Ev, but
Yeah. Well,
Man, what can
Van
you say?
Gundy made a good point. You know, when Cam did that dribble handoff for Brunson drew the foul and he got hurt there. Van Gundy said, hey, Cam should have faked it and then pulled up for three. I wouldn't mind that shot either, man, the way Cam had it going tonight. Normally, I would say give it to Brunson, let Brunson operate. The way Cam had it going, I wouldn't mind that him running that himself as well.
that last 4-second shot for sure.
Yeah. All right, appreciate the
And,
call, man.
I didn't
thing
love the
before I
play
go,
call,
man.
but I understood it. Because the previous play before that, was the one that Brunson got fouled?
I think it was.
Yes. Yeah.
That was the one that Brunson got fouled.
Yeah.
And then the ensuing one
Fournier.
was Fournier.
Yeah.
Because that allowed Memphis to see the play.
Right.
Memphis then adjusted.
Yeah.
But what Tibbs did is he did it the other way around now, where he used Cam as the decoy, and then Fournier kind of just did that cut move to the corner, same corner that Cam took the game tying shot.
Yeah.
And now listen, I'll say this though, it wasn't a bad look
I didn't mind
because
it. I
the
didn't
head
mind it.
fake. The head fake allowed them to bring the ball to the right side,
Right.
and it allowed them to get a good look.
Good look,
Whereas if maybe Cam would have gotten the shot at the top of the key, that might have been a tough shot.
Yeah.
But mentally, when somebody's hot, you don't even care what type
Right.
of shot. You're like, yo, just
Go
take
for it.
it, just go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but these are one of the games that I'm sure they're gonna look at all the other things that happened before that you say it should have never even got to that point.
Yeah.
So, but Friday they get another opportunity.
Friday they get another shot at it, man. And this Memphis team is just so disciplined on the boards. Every shot that goes up, there's four guys in the paint ready to get it, whether on the offensive side or the defensive side. And for a lot of us, a lot of times with the Knicks, it was just a lot of one and done opportunities. And for Memphis, when they got their offensive boards, they made it count. They made it count. And as JD said, they have a guy that can make you pay for giving them a second chance opportunity. That's Ja Morant. Whether it's the cheap fouls or, scoring, shooting from three. He shot the ball well tonight as well. So give him credit for that. He definitely fouled Jalen Brunson on that fast break layup. Referees completely missed that. That was an obvious ball. Drew the contact first, made the contact first, and then made the block. That was a blown call.
And that wasn't even a block either. That was a goaltend.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Punch glass first.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that at all, man. Was not feeling that at all. Referees definitely left some out there, but it is what it is at this point. Knicks lose 115 and 112. Knicks Fan TV live from the 4040 Club, man. CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaros, JD Sports Talk, the holy trinity of Knicks Fan TV in the building, man. Shout out to our sponsors at BetMGM. We made history tonight with this remote live stream, man. A dope production, a dope execution that we did here. We had this place packed, absolutely packed. When the people say, "Oh, the Knicks are trash," Knicks are trash. This is the thing. The diehard Knicks fan doesn't go anywhere.
Nope.
They are loyal. They are loyal. Yeah, we could be delusional at times, but they are loyal. We had this place packed like it was the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the place was rocking the defense chants, the OB chants. This is why Knicks Fan TV was created. It was for moments like these. It took us time to get to this point, but it was for moments like these, man, for people to call in and watch from all over the world, for people to come in from all over the tri-state area. This was a beautiful night, win or lose, and this is only the first of many. The first of many, man. It was a great night, though. Great night.
Phenomenal night, man. The energy was electric. As Jalen Brunson would say, the vibes were immaculate. My God. This was so much fun, man. Even I know it sucks once again that the Knicks lost, but again, to see everybody out here, having all Knicks Nation out here, being together, being able to watch the game, cheer for this team.
Yeah.
Phenomenal night.
It's big.
Man.
It's big.
Night.
And when they were down 19, I'm like, oh, man. Well, then, like cardiac Nick fashion, we back in it in an overtime 12-round bout.
Right. We didn't see the maximum of the venue in terms of the energy and the atmosphere until the second half.
Yeah.
Right. Because the first half was more, everybody was just watching and getting into a groove and enjoying the game. But then we got down big And then in the second half, when the Knicks made that comeback and Cam got hot, I mean, this place got crazy. So
Place
shout
got
out
fire.
to the venue, shout out to the 4040, shout out to the sponsor.
Yeah.
Right? And the fans, when you guys go home and replay gang, everybody that was here that stopped us, that said hello, shout outs to you guys that came out in support. Because,
Yeah.
the growth that you're seeing in front of you has been because of the fans.
No question.
And you guys created this, you guys have built this, and we're motivated because of the fans. So, we'll do many more, and this is just the beginning.
No question about it. Let's take one more call, then we're going to go to player ratings. Daniel, let's go to the kid on the Discord. The kid. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Hey, first of all, I just want to say thanks, guys. I love the content. Love everything you guys are doing. I think our fan base actually be overreacting pretty heavy
Yeah.
after that game.
Yeah, we
Today
do
was
that.
actually
We do
a
that from
pretty,
time to time.
pretty net win. I mean, RJ had the worst game I've probably ever seen him play. A lot of key players were in foul trouble. Cam, definitely giving him a chance in rotation. If he keeps playing like that, he's got a spot. And I think Fournier might actually be the odd man out. I think we should look to deal him. But
Yeah.
honestly, today was net positive going against a tough Grizzlies team on the road for the first game.
Tough one, and they made a valiant effort. And as you said, I think the Fournier thing is just going to continue from where it was last year, in that he's starting for this team, but he's not finishing. His spot is not guaranteed in crunch time, and rightfully so. We need defense. We need athleticism. We need youth. We need speed. Sometimes he might not be that guy, but funnily enough, tonight it wasn't Obi. He got back in there. Funnily enough, he was there in crunch time.
I could see Tibbs just wanted shooting tonight. And once again, Obi didn't have it tonight. Sure, that's fine. But overall, this team, man, can't be going out there shooting 24.3% from three. That was what killed us, man. You got to get that from Manuel quickly. You got to get that from Derrick Rose. You got to get that from
RJ.
RJ. You got to get from everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody. This team, there's small rooms for error for what this team can do based on how this roster is constructed. Well, we just went against John Morant, second at the 2019 draft. We saw what he did tonight.
Yeah.
You saw what the Nets did, or what I should say what the Pelicans did to the Nets tonight. They demolished them. Zion went off tonight for, I think, 25 points. And if you're a Knicks fan and you see RJ.
Wait, who won that game?
Oh, the Pelicans, baby.
Okay.
All right. Pelicans.
All right, I'm happy about that. Let's go.
Pelicans.
Yeah.
Pelicans
Let's go.
dangerous.
Let's go.
Pelicans
Let's go.
Great start by the Knicks.
Yes.
But you see that, and you see when you look at RJ, it's like, okay, you see what those two guys did. They're special. I still think RJ is going to be an awesome component of this team, but you can't go out like that tonight.
Yeah.
Especially against someone from your same draft class. I was hoping for a little bit more. I think he'll bounce back. But my God, man, the shooting tonight was just abysmal.
Yeah.
40% from the field. Yeah, they did okay in the paint, but the threes
Wasn't good.
Sheesh.
Wasn't good, man.
Red City.
And that's what I felt. I said, who was going to get out of that preseason 3-point slump? It was the Grizzlies, especially in the first half. And they had some guys knock it down, man, from Aldama to Morant to Conshaw. Obviously, Bane can knock it down for you. So, unfortunately, it was the Grizzlies that had the hot hand from three. So, let's get into player ratings. Player ratings are back, ladies and gentlemen, presented by KnicksFanTV.com. Go to KnicksFanTV.com for KnicksFanTV Remy's game recap and full player ratings. Let's start with Julius, fellas. Let's start with Julius Randle on our player ratings, man. 24 points, 11 rebounds, six dimes, 9 of 16 shooting, 2 of 6 from downtown. What do you say, man? Out of 10.
Oh, out of 10.
What are you giving Julius tonight out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving him a solid B because with the 2 fouls towards the end, he would have gotten a 9 for me.
Yeah.
But those the fouls towards the end of the game, that's where it cuts it. But overall, solid game. This is the type of way you want to see Randall play to be part of this team. He was calm, level-headed for most of this time, choosing the spots right. You couldn't ask anything for more. I mean, 2 for 6 from 3. He's not the strongest 3-point shooter, but the fact that he was able to attack the paint, he still had 6 assists. He had 11 boards. Mitch was out, and he stepped up, man.
He did.
That's where you ask Randall to step up and be part of the team. And then you see, I even see him, he's dapping up Jalen, just, keeping guys motivated. I didn't even actually really see him argue with the refs that much tonight. I thought he was very calm, level-headed. But I understand the fouls. I understand it gets frustrating down in crunch time, but execution, man. So for me, 8 out of 10 for Randall.
Yeah.
Comes down to late game execution.
Can I go 0.5?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just asking see if it has to be a whole number.
All right.
I'm gonna go 7.5.
All right.
And the only reason I'm gonna go a 7.5 is because, you know, I have high expectations for him. And part of those high expectations is late game execution. That's what's gonna decide to, you know, this is gonna decide if we're gonna make the playoffs or not. In other words, if we have, you know, 40 more games like this, we're gonna lose 40 more games if this is how he's going to end the game.
Yeah.
So great game. I like the way he played and everything, but I'm holding him to a higher standard in terms of the decision making. He still fouled out, and he was out of position on a few key possessions for rebounds.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't want it to come across negative. It's just the high standard that I have in the little areas that I believe that if he improves on, it's going to help the team immensely. Other than that, very good game. I'm going to go 7.5.
JD's thinking in the framework of the 50 burger. We can't get to the 50 burger if you're making all these boneheaded plays in crunch time. So you got to tighten up. I feel you, bro. I'm with you on it 100%. I'll go 8. I'll go 8, you know, because I just felt like this team is still going to need Julius. They're still going to need his offense. They're still going to need him to go out there and create for this team. And I thought he did that in the second half. That's why I told you guys in pregame. I said, I think Julius is going to have a big game tonight. I just felt like he was going to step up and have a big game, and he asserted himself in the second half. They needed him that way. It was just the boneheaded plays and pivotal stretches, as you said, JD, that really hurt him. He did end up fouling out. He had the boneheaded loose ball foul on Aldama late in the game, which was well-deserved. It was a good call. So he's got to be careful. He's got to tighten up there because, like you said, the team's going to need him. But nevertheless, overall, I'll give him 8. Let's go to Brunson. What do you think about Brunson tonight? 1 to 10. Jalen Brunson, who finished with 15 points, 9 dimes, 6 boards. What do you think about Brunson tonight?
I'm going to give Brunson a 7. I thought the organization, controlling the tempo of the game was solid. His scoring, late game execution was on point for the most part. For me, it comes down to finding Cam Reddish, honestly. And I know he still had that one shot where it was in the corner 3, but he was the guy that had it going. And as a point guard, I'm looking for you to, in your mind, not for you to be the game, like the hero or even like anything of that nature. If you see someone else on this team comes down to it, I get it. It's pressure. In the heat of the moment, you're probably not thinking straight. You're just trying to think, I need to win the game and do whatever I can to win. I get it. That I understand the mind of an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you're the head of the snake. You're the captain of this ship. Mm-hmm. You're watching Cam Reddish go. He is literally helping us, carrying this Knicks team into overtime. So for me, Brunson gets a 7 tonight. I thought he could have found Cam and a few other guys down the stretch of this game. I'll end it with a 7 for Brunson.
Going 6.
6. You're just going one less.
Yeah.
What's going on over here, man?
I'm going 6. Here's why.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, are we grading on, like, I'm looking at it like, my guy, you're a $100 million guy, right? And the team needed you shooting 39%. That's not his game. So I downgrade you there because you're an efficient player, and tonight you weren't efficient, right? 104 from 3, and you know he it's hard because he got you the critical charge.
Yeah.
That right there might be a 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So rethinking it, I'm probably a little bit difficult, but you know, we're looking at the whole game. At the end of the day, the Knicks lost, and at the end of the day, you know, looking into the future, he's going to need to shoot better. He's going to need to play better. And he's going to need to, you know, make some critical shots because he missed a few wide open threes.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He did.
I mean, let's just be real. So I'm basing it on, again, the standard, and because he is a key player. And if I'm grading someone, I'm grading them on if they play like this more, how is that going to affect the team?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, if he plays the way he did tonight, more so than not, it's not going to be a great season for us.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll lean 7 because, yes, he did miss some big shots down the stretch, but they weren't necessarily bad shots. They weren't necessarily bad shots. He just didn't make them. You know, it's a make-or-miss league. He didn't knock it down. I didn't necessarily think they were bad shots, but nevertheless, I thought the charge that he drew on John Morant in a tie game in a pivotal stretch to move that thing into overtime, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge because when Cam hits that 3, like you said, JD, he's still 3 seconds left. You know, so anything could happen with Ja, and he showed it in overtime. But nevertheless, in regulation, I thought the charge that he drew on Ja Morant was pretty big. I thought he should have looked Cam's direction in overtime, and that's the thing where it's like, okay, he's more of a score first option. Can he play make a little bit better for his guys? Can he set the defense up where he can find Ja for some open looks, maybe even Fournier for some open looks down the stretch? RJ didn't have it, so you're looking at the other guys. But they kind of froze him out a little bit. So I'll go 7 in that regard for Brunson.
I'm just tight, man. That's it. Yo, if we would have won, I probably would have given him a 9. I'm just frustrated, man.
I think the thing for me, like, especially for Brunson, like going from the other side, like I know you're saying like how far will his play take us, and that's why you're going 6. I'm going for 7 because at some days, some nights, as CP said, it's a miss or make league. And the thing is that he put it all on the line. He put his body on the line. He was diving. He's taking charges. He's doing everything you can do. It's difficult, man, you know, and especially because unlike playing with the Dallas Mavericks when you have Luka Doncic, we're asking him to take it up another level. And yes, he has to take it up another level because he got paid to take it up another level.
Yeah.
100%. But at the same time, getting adjusted to a new team, being the first game, I'm going to be a little easy on him. I think for what we haven't had in a long time, being a point guard, I think that's also saying, 7 for me. So that's why. But I feel you, bro.
Good points. Good points. Lastly, Cam, 22 points, 5 boards, 9 of 15, 3 of 6 from downtown. Cam Hive, throw your ratings in the chat for Cam Reddish tonight, 1 to 10.
Oh, don't look at me. You got to start with JD.
Oh, yeah. I'm starting with the president.
I'm going to go with 11.
He killed everybody else and gave Cam off the charts. He gave Cam off the charts. Let's go.
I am going to go with a 9.
Okay.
And the only reason I'm going to go with the 9 is because, and not a 10. First of all, I think he deserves a 9 just because of the preseason he had. How can you not give this kid who going into tonight probably didn't have much confidence mentally, is going into a situation where, he has to respond and he has to play well, and he shows you everything about the game that, people say he has talent. Only reason I don't give him a 10 is a few possessions defensively. Always he's a little slow.
Yeah.
To react to shooters. Number 1. Number 2, although players could look for him, I just would like for him to be a little bit more aggressive and initiate himself to get the ball.
Yeah.
To make himself available so that the ball can see him. Because when you go down the court, even if you're hot, if you're just going to go down the court and stand on the corner and wait for it, then either a play has to be called for you or you're going to get it based on, Brunson penetrating to the basket and kicking out to you. In other words, I want to see that layer of him a little bit more aggressive when you have it. And if you want to have the ball, go get it.
Yeah. I'm going 9 as well, man. As you said, you got to give it to him just on the strength of how a lousy preseason that he had. And tonight was where he put all his potential, put all his chips on the table. And was like, this is the guy who I can be. And it came at a pivotal time for the team. They needed it because they were lifeless in the first half. He came in, gave you those 2 threes, and you're like, whoa, okay, Cam, okay, let's get it going. And then in the second half, he just erupted. And as I said, every time he scored, he's looking like, yo, get me the rock, man. I'm here. I'm here tonight. And he was the only guy that was getting dribble penetration and finishing at the rim tonight.
Yep.
RJ was getting stuffed. Julius didn't have it. Brunson had his moments. Brunson was a little more, 5 to 10 feet from the basket. But Cam was taking it right to that defense, and he was converting. And then, come on, knocking down the three-pointer to take it into overtime, you got to give him a 9 out of 10 easily. Got to give him a 9 out of 10. Tonight was Cam's night, and let's see if he can carry it forward on Friday.
You guys are really pressing me to give him a 9.5. I'm gonna stick with 9. I'm gonna give him.
I just voted 10 though. I said 9, but in the chat on the
What's
post,
the chat say?
I just voted 10. It just went. Well, right now it just went up, but it has
All right.
43% 9.
Let's go.
Well, Cam hit the slots tonight, and he gets 9 across the board. He hit jackpot, baby.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you. I think JD, CP, you said everything right. The one thing I'll add is, JD, to your point, you talk about Cam looking to get more involved in the offense and not just being out on the corner. You know what I want him to do? I want him to cut a little bit more, man. I think that's one thing that he could do, because Hartenstein, I feel like there was definitely a play that Hartenstein was looking for someone to cut, and I thought that could have been him. And sometimes Cam shies away just from attacking the rim in that aspect. And I feel like if he can do that, his game truly goes to a whole other level. Be like Obi, just who loves to cut and transition, do all things, and he can attack and transition with the ball in his hand. Now play off ball, show that he can do that. Then you're just, you're a lethal weapon, man.
No question.
But Cam gets 3 9s across the board.
No question, man. Throw your ratings in the chat for Cam Reddish. Salute to everybody in the chat.
Wait, no, RJ?
Hit that.
Yikes. You don't do this, man. Don't do this. Don't do this.
No ratings for RJ tonight. Inconclusive. Incomplete, man. Incomplete. He gets an incomplete. No way, man. No way. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. KnicksFanTV live from the 4040, man. Powered by BetMGM. This is the post-game show. Knicks lose 115 and 112 in overtime. Let's wrap it up with a couple more calls. Let's go to Nathan Unknown on the Discord. Nathan Unknown, let's go.
Was good.
How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, nah. First of all, I just want to say, Julius Randle is in this game overtime. We win it for sure.
Yeah.
I also just want to say, like, we're really critical of like Brunson, like chemistry. None of these plays were written up for Cam. Like, there was no expectation for Cam to be playing those last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Much less like overtime minutes. So like, give some time for this chemistry to develop. And I honestly think he should be in the starting rotation, if anything, and put Quentin in the bench rotation.
Okay.
And the reason I say this is Cam has some like Michael Beasley energy. So like he needs to have like a stove underneath him the entire time for him to feel like he's valuable, or else he's not going to put the effort in. Is that healthy? No, but I feel like if you put him in a bench rotation, it's going to be very lackluster and ain't going to help anybody. And then finally, defense saved this game. I honestly think if we were putting defense from like the beginning of the game, we'd be good for by the end. But we need to focus on that. We need the more defensive drills us in general. But I honestly think like inserting Cam into like plays, focusing on defense, this team could really do something special this year.
Okay, I hear you on that one, man. I just think second unit is ideal for him because I don't think he pops off as well as he did with that starting unit with a lot of those guys needing the ball. He popped over the second unit because Quickly didn't have it. Obi didn't have it. You know, Rose was he had his moments, but not a strong Rose game. Like I said, with that second unit, that's Cam's opportunity to be Cam. It's Cam's opportunity to be Cam, and that's how he got us into the game.
Yeah, it's a tough timeshare, man. If you put him in that starting rotation, you got to think about Jalen Brunson, who needs to get his shots.
Yeah.
Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. Like, I get it. It's like, in theory, I understand like all the aspects of the game, right? I get it. I totally get it. But to your point, CP, having him come off the bench, especially when I love IQ, can be a streaky shooter. Obi Toppin, high flying acrobatic guy, can also be a streaky shooter. Give me Cam Reddish, because once he gets going, man, all that tantalize him, JD. Just like all that special talent just comes out.
Yeah.
I can't forget how he just drives, spin moves, easy finish under the rim, man. You just don't get that.
Yeah,
That's
got to get him in transition.
That's a dimension of the game that if you want to get him going, and you saw it, we saw it during preseason. I think it was the last preseason game. He got a bucket. Then he goes and gets another bucket. He just once that first shot drops, he can get going. I feel like if you
Rhythm.
If you leave him in that starting rotation, by the time the ball finds its way to Cam, because everyone else has to get their touches before him.
Yeah,
you're just leaving Cam out there to dry, and I think the second unit is fine for him. But look, he ended with 28 minutes tonight. I'll gladly take that if you're giving me this type of production.
Because Fournier's is going to come down in the second half. It's opportunity for guys like Cam, Grimes, IQ, if he has it going. That's gonna rotate. That spot is going to rotate with whoever is the hot hand. Could be Rose some nights, could be IQ, depending on the matchup. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change. It's definitely going to change. But let's go to 2 more calls, and then we got to wrap. We got a lot to unpack, but we definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go to O from Jersey, and then we're gonna have Poppa left close. O from Jersey, go ahead and unmute your mic. O from Jersey, go ahead and unmute your mic. All right. We don't have O from Jersey, so let's drop O from Jersey and let's get Poppa left in here. Do we have O or Poppa left? O? Anybody? Poppa left, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, what's going on?
You're the closer tonight, buddy. How you feeling?
What's going on, bro?
There's no way I'm the closer. You guys been partying like that?
You're the closer, man. We got a lot to unpack. It's been a long day, but nevertheless, it's been a great show, man.
Man, I'm watching you guys on the screen in the Tesla right now.
Okay.
What?
You futuristic with it. Okay.
That's a flex right there.
That's a flex.
I'm literally on the Discord watching y'all in the Tesla talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me not go Big Mike on you.
All right.
Yeah. But I gotta say, man, back-to-back opening nights, JD and CP and Alex, we were here almost, 12 months ago. Another cardiac Knicks overtime game. And man, I'm just happy with the product, man. This team was down by 18 points, and there were so many possessions where they had to hang around in this game. Jalen Brunson hits a 3. JD, I think Jalen Brunson gets a 10 for the charge alone, bro. I think that charge is incredible, man. The Cam Reddish 3 into that charge, that showed a lot to me from those 2 players. I thought Tibbs largely, a big criticism of him has been his plays out of timeout. He had 1 play to Julius Randle, free throw line. He gave Randle the opportunity to have space to go left off the free throw line extended, went to the glass, got a layup. And then the play out of the timeout to get Cam Reddish the look into the corner. I just thought we did something tonight that we didn't do last year, which was being effective out of timeouts. It was, bro, I don't want to take up too much time, but like it was a good game. You could lose games way worse than that. Yeah. And that's a game that Memphis was supposed to win. And Memphis is a team that pushed Golden State. They got their mind on a title. I know they didn't have Zaire Williams in the game. I know they didn't have Dylan Brooks, who was wearing some really weird shades. I don't know. I don't know if he got Jordan Pooled. I don't know who's coming out the business there. But we were down our number 1 center. RJ was 3 for 18. Julius Randle played out of his mind. I saw Kendra Randle put the ear emojis out on Twitter. So I'll take it. 82 games. I'll take it. All right,
let's go, man.
CP, Alex, and JD, man. I'm about to go home to my fiance. I have so much respect for what you guys do. I don't know how I'm going to keep up the pace with you guys. Congratulations,
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call, Poppa. Poppa left on the 1s and 2s, man. Daniel, let's hit that outro music. Ladies and gentlemen, as Poppa left said, what a game. What a game, man. Down 19, came back and fought. Turn us up on the outro a little bit more, Daniel. Came back and fought and just lost a tough one, man. Cam Hive came alive. What more could you ask for in terms of storylines of the night, man? But nevertheless, Knicks lose a heartbreaker in Memphis, man. They're going to look to bounce back Friday. We'll be in attendance at the Garden, man. Knicks versus Pistons at MSG. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an incredible experience, a historic experience right here at the 4040 Club in New York City, man. We want to shout out our sponsors, BetMGM, for partnering with us on this event. We want to shout out to everybody who RSVP'd, everybody who attended this place, because like I said, this place was packed, man. And so whether you want to call it new media, you want to call it fan-based media, this is just KnicksFanTV, man, and we hope you guys enjoyed the experience. There will be many more to come. Continue to rock with us. Continue to support us. Check us out on all social media, man. KnicksFanTV on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Follow these guys. Drop your tags, your Instagram and your Twitter tags, bro.
At Stratocaster101 on Instagram and Twitter.
Stratocaster.
Stratocaster, baby.
Yep. JD Sports Talk NY, Instagram and Twitter.
Absolutely, man. I want to shout out Shadow Slim Productions. I want to shout out Gamba. I want to shout out Daniel. I want to shout out Ty Security. I want to shout out 4040, man. Javon Forbes, everybody who was involved, Jared, Tyler, TM, all the mods, man. This was a collective effort. A lot went into planning this event. A lot went into its execution. And I thought this was a flawless victory for us, man. So shout out to everybody who supported, continue to support, and we appreciate you guys. We'll see you Friday night. Knicks versus Pistons live from MSG. KnicksFanTV, man. CP the franchise. I'm out of here. Shout out to BetMGM. Have a good night, people. Oh, yes, sir. Shout out Jamaica Queen 22, man. She says shout out Knicks fan. Experience. Salute CP. Tough loss, but a great learning experience. Shout out to the Cam Hive. We still live? All right, shout out Jeremy Maynard. We did well. Fight out Super Chat says we did well despite not starting well against a top team. Imagine if RJ was himself. It's a dub. And that's it. I can't see the rest of the Super Chats. I'm not by my computer. But everybody that did support, send a Super Chat. We'll shout those out on Friday. No worries, Daniel. No worries. We could go ahead and wrap. But shout out to everybody who sent one in. We definitely appreciate you guys. We'll check you again on Friday.